Hello. How are you doing? I'm doing well today. It's been a good day for me. I feel like I say that every day, but it's the truth. I'm just in a good mood. Um, the prospect of leaving and going to university and having the freedom to do basically whatever I want, like it's put me in such a good mood, and it's hard to hide. But I don't see why I should hide it anyway, you know? This is how I'm feeling, and these are supposed to be honest, um, raw, basically audio logs, right? This is just me speaking straight from my, I don't know, I was going to say heart, but that sounds really, uh, sounds really weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. There's not many days left now. I think it's like 24 days until I go. And yeah, so just a few weeks left. It's not long at all. And this past year, especially, I've been living my life week by week. It's been the easiest way to do it because there have been recurring events that have happened every week. Like for example, in January, that's when I started playing D&D, and that happens once a week. And so it's really easy to live week by week because you kind of just look forward to the next, well, in my situation, I'm just looking forward to the next D&D session because as I've said before, it it's been the highlight of my week for a long time now. It really has kept me going, kept me moving forward, motivating me to move on to the next week, and then the week after that, and the week after that. Um, that has kind of taken a backseat a little bit, and in its place, um, me moving out and going to university has kind of been the motivating factor. But that's not something I can like live week by week um, for. It's not something. It's not. It's just something in the near distance, in the near future, that I can look forward to. And it's the waiting. The waiting is kind of killing me because I just want to go. I just want to get it done. But I will I will be patient. I will do my best, and I'm going to enjoy as much of my current situation as I can before I go. Mainly spending time with Luna, with my mum, I suppose my sister as well, although I barely see her anymore since she learned how to drive. Um, yeah, because there are good things here. It's not all bad. I mean, it's mostly bad, but there are like glimmers of joy here still. And I'm definitely going to miss certain parts of living at home. I mean, it's all I've known. It's all I've ever known for my entire life. I've never had the chance to live independently before. I've obviously spent time away from home, but that's not the same thing. So I always knew I would come back, and obviously I know I'll be coming back this time as well. But um, it's like the roles have been reversed. Instead of living here and moving away from home for like a short time, it's going to be the opposite. I'm going to be living away from home which is going to be my new home, and then I'm going to be coming back here for short periods of time. And that's weird to think about. It's a weird, like, yeah, everything's just been flipped. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I cannot understate that, and I'm going to keep saying it until it's time. Um, and I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry, because this is huge. This is such a big step for me, and it's like the first step towards, I was going to say true happiness, but I don't know if true happiness even exists. I don't know. Like, is there a way to feel true happiness in life? If there is, I'd love to know. I'd love to know how you do it. um, but it's certainly the first step towards happiness and feeling comfortable and growing as an individual. You know, all these things that have not been accessible to me in the past, partly due to like my own feelings about it. Like, I just, a few years ago, I just simply wasn't ready for this. But I've grown a lot. I've matured, I think, a lot in the past couple of years. I've been through multiple events that have left me, how do I put this? Like, they've taught me lessons. They've taught me life lessons. And I think that is what has propelled me to seek out change and growth. And that's what's led to here and now and next month. It's yeah. It's been a long time coming, but it's finally happening. And it couldn't come sooner enough. It really couldn't. And speaking of, actually, minor update, well, kind of a minor, major, it's an update. Update. Um, I, yes. We all received emails in our student email accounts today. How do I put this? Basically, guiding us towards specific Facebook groups for our accommodation. So I am now in a Facebook group specifically for people staying at my accommodation. And I requested to join earlier today, and I just checked to see if it had been approved like 20 minutes ago, and it has. And so I instantly went in there, and I was like, okay, there's people here. There's actually people here. I might finally find out who I'm going to be living with. And yes, there are 5 people in total. One of them I already knew about. They are a neighbor, so I'm not living with them, but they'll be next door. And then there are 3 other people. Obviously excluding myself. So there's 3 other people. And not all of them have, I guess, come back to the Facebook group. They haven't like checked it or anything. So I guess once they do, they can select their answer on the poll. There's a poll in the group. Basically, there are 2 options, and it's either my accommodation or the one next door. and you just basically vote on the one that you'll be living in, and then you can actually see who exactly you'll be living with. It's great. However, I am currently still the only person in my accommodation. Out of the four other people, I'm still the only one. Um, I'm going to keep checking that tonight and tomorrow and probably the rest of this week because I really, really want to just, even just to say hi to the people that I'll be living with. I just want to say hello, like introduce myself. Um, I understand that not everyone is going to be as excited about meeting new people, and like anxiety is going to play a big part of it. And there's going to be people shyer than me, or I guess more shy. I don't know. And like, so I understand that. I'm not trying to like force people into situations that they won't feel comfortable in, but we will be living together, and so introductions have to happen at some point. And personally, I just really want to get them kind of like preliminary introductions done now, and then we can properly meet up in person when we all move in. That's how I'm feeling about it, but I don't know. I guess the others aren't yet, but it is exciting to see new people, new faces, new names in the group. Um, three new names, three new people. One of them will be living next door, so there's two people that haven't voted on the poll. It's going to be really upsetting if they both are also neighbors. And so everyone I'm in this group chat with, or group, Facebook group with, are all going to be my neighbors. That would really, really suck. Um, it would also be kind of funny too, but yeah, no, I think it would just suck. Um, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but we'll see. We will see. So yeah, that is a thing that happened today. It's quite exciting. And I of course will be updating you, me, future me on on what happens. Um, yeah. So in other news, I I got a haircut today. Got a haircut. I chose not to go out for a walk with Luna, and instead I got my haircut done around midday. Um, so I'm glad that's out of the way. That should be fine now until I move, and then, like I mentioned earlier this week, I will have to find a new place in the new city. But yeah, glad that's done. And kind of on the same topic, I this afternoon I came home and I thought, you know, getting a haircut is great. Obviously, I'm going to need multiple of those, and I will be getting regular haircuts during my time at university. But there are definitely going to be days when I either don't feel like washing my hair, or I don't know, I just don't feel like doing anything at all. Or maybe I'm like sick and I just don't have the energy or motivation to like have a shower. Like there's definitely gonna be days like that, right? But I imagine I'm still gonna have to like go to places on those days. So having a way to cover up my hair would be nice. And I have beanies, but they're really only going to be useful in the winter. And so I wanted to buy a cap, like a baseball hat, baseball cap. Um, I haven't had one of those since I was like a child. Um, but I looked around online. I found one that I liked on Etsy, which was unexpected. I've never bought anything from Etsy before, but I liked this hat. It's a simple hat, simple, washed, like the color is like a washed black color, and it has one word on the top. It simply says overstimulated. And I thought that was quite funny because I'm definitely going to feel that way during the first weeks or months of university. So I think it would be perfect to wear. And I think, yeah, I think other people might appreciate it too. Because if they see that I'm feeling that way, they might feel more comfortable themselves. But yeah, I got a hat that says overstimulated, and I thought it was quite funny. So that should be arriving soon. Yeah. I think that might be everything for today. Can't think of anything else that happened that's worth talking about. So, yeah, I'll call it here. Thank you for listening. I will be back tomorrow, as always. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a good day. And I'll see you next time. Good night.